Hello, this is How To with Mr. Whately, and today we will be looking at finding the area of a triangle. This is going to be a short one because this is not that complicated. Finding the area of a rectangle, you guys did great with that. It's quite simple, straightforward, right? So we have a rectangle here, and to find the area of that, you just took one side, which usually we call it base or height, and multiplied it with the other side, and that gave us the area of this entire figure. Well, to find the area of a triangle, if you think about it, we can relate it directly to this rectangle. So what I'm going to do is take this figure, take this rectangle, and I am going to bisect it with that line there. And that line just cut through the rectangle, and when it does that, you can double check if you want, but I guarantee you that this cuts through the rectangle and it splits the rectangle into two equal parts. Okay? So, before I did this, the area of this rectangle was the base multiplied with the height. Well, now that we've cut it in half and gotten rid of part of the area, we're left with a triangle. And that triangle has two sides that meet at a right angle. We can call one of those sides the base. We can call the other side the height. So to find that area there, the area that's still left, it's really the base times the height, and then you divide it by 2. Okay? That's really all there is to it. So if we had a pretty simple triangle, let's give it a right triangle. Let's say that this side is 6 centimeters, this side is 8 centimeters, and this side is 10 centimeters. And we wanted to find the area of that. Well, let's take a look at it. What you need for the shape are the base and the height of the triangle. So the base and the height are the sides always that meet at a right angle. So this side here, along with this side, these are the base and the height. This side here, the hypotenuse, as it's called, doesn't factor at all into finding the area of the triangle. So we don't even need that measurement. Very often students just plug in any measurement they see into the formula, cross their fingers and hope they have the actual area, but it doesn't usually work for them. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you are calculating the area of a triangle. Write the formula first. Don't forget the divided by 2 part. You're going to plug in the values. In this case here, you're going to plug in the base and the height in no particular order. 6 centimeters times 8 centimeters, all divided by 2. Okay? Now, when you calculate this, since these are both even numbers, you have a couple options. You can either multiply the 8 times 6 and then divide by 2, or, if you like, you can take one of the even numbers, divide by 2 first, take care of the division first, and then multiply with the remaining number. That is up to you. I will go ahead and just do this the standard way. I'm going to multiply 6 times 8, which is 48. Centimeters times centimeters, which is centimeters squared. And I cannot forget the divided by 2. Okay? So we have one step remaining. We're going to take this value and divide it by 2. And 48 divided by 2 is 24. And we have centimeters squared. So the area of this triangle is exactly 24 square centimeters, using the formula and the correct measurement for base and height. Okay, I'll give you one more example, possibly. Often triangles maybe like this pose problems for some students. So we'll draw a triangle like this. It has no obvious sides that are at a right angle. Let's call this 10 millimeters. This is 8 millimeters. And then this over here would be 12 millimeters. Okay? Well, there's no base and height literally measured out, so we need to find the height of the shape. So as is this way, using the formula, you couldn't find the area. What you would need is another measurement that is at a right angle to one of the sides. So if this were the case, let's say this length from here to here is 6 millimeters. We have identified the right angle, so immediately that tells us we have a height and a base measurement that we can use for the area. So let's go ahead and plug those values into the formula. You're going to write the formula first. Area equals base times height divided by 2. You're going to plug in the values. In this case, base and height are these values. So I'm going to go with 12 millimeters times 6 millimeters, all divided by 2. And then do the math. 12 times 6 is 72. Millimeters times millimeters is square millimeters, divided by 2. And the very, very last step would be for you to take 72 divided by 2. It's going to get you 36 millimeters squared. So that's basically it when it comes to finding the area of a triangle. You need to locate the base and the height, and make sure you multiply them and divide by 2. That'll get you the area. Okay? Hopefully that's simple enough. Do well. Take care.